What's up, homie?
Big G, Steeler Nation, AFC North fans everywhere. Running through the jungle, folks in the building with us. Steel Curtain Network, Steeler Nation. Everybody that watches us and joins us on. Well, I got to know it alls up there, man. I've just been messing up all day, ain't I?
That's why you get the big fine.
Do I get the fine? I'm going to give it to myself, man.
Mm-hmm.
Big pause. All right, we just roll like that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, man, so Big G, we're here to talk about first, what's up with you, man?
Chilling, man. We did it. We did a reverse sequence. I'm doing well, doing good. Ready to talk some AFC North. You know, look like it might only be me and you tonight. So it is what it is. We're gonna talk. So, but we're gonna be honest and open to the people. We're going to talk to them about what they want to talk about. Y'all steer the chat. Super chats always get preference over everything else. But if anything you want to ask is concerning them 4 teams across the bottom, I'm ready to go. Outside of that, Tate, I'm doing a little bit better. You know, my personal situation, what's going on with my family and stuff. We're going to take care of what we need to take care of tomorrow. But, yeah, I'm doing better. A lot better than what I was doing, bro. A lot better.
Okay, man. Yeah, appreciate that. B-Dirt. Feeling under the weather, so he put in the proper PTO requisition and requests and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Pay kind of, who knows what happened.
That's
he
why
was with us, then he wasn't. Got the big fine. And for our opening, man, I had something for everybody here.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not here,
but
just was gonna see. I'm gonna still go ahead and do it so I can tell. I'll ask everybody, where was we at? That's the question, right?
Okay.
B-Dirt, if you in the live chat, man, where was we at when we took this picture? Do you know?
Man, I don't tell y'all. Let me see. I'm looking at the skyline of the city. I'm gonna take a gander. That looked like Maryland. That looked like go over in the D.C., Maryland area a little bit, man.
You close, man. Except for we wasn't where I live. We was where B-Dirt lives.
In Pittsburgh?
Yeah, that's Pittsburgh.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You know what? Now that I can see it. Now that you say it, I can see it. I can see it. Definitely see it.
Yeah, that's Pittsburgh up at the top of the – what's the thing at the top where you can ride the elevator thing up and get to the top, and the Outlook, right? It's called the Outlook, right?
Yep, that's what it's called. Yep.
Rob Lightfoot guessed Atlanta. That's a good guess, though.
No, but somebody said Pittsburgh. Somebody said Pittsburgh.
Mount Washington. That's what it is. Mama Kathy, mother of Afton. She's right. 100% right.
And the incline. It's called the incline. Yep.
B-Dirt said then. Yep, that's where it's at, B-Dirt.
Incline. Yep.
Me and my wife was over there staying with B-Dirt. Next day we went to a Steelers-Bengals game. So super chat from the homie S. Dresden.
Yeah, man.
And I think the Steelers got the best of the Bengals that next day. That's when the Bengals were Burrow-less. This is probably like 2016, maybe even 15.
Mm-hmm.
You see.
Go ahead. I'll read it.
I was going to say, you see me and B-Dirt haven't aged much.
Shit.
Man.
Go ahead, BG. It said, may the Lord's grace be upon you and yours. Darton and Mecca Buka are going to before 21. Nah, Jackson Dart ain't going before 21.
Oh, Big G's talk, though.
But I know
and
that.
Teams always quarterback Thursday. You were saying the same thing last year about now your boy, Bo Nix.
Nah.
I ain't so sure Dresden is off.
Nah.
And I hope he is going, so he's no potential of him going to the Steelers.
You such a hater. That's a Yenzi hate in you, man. That's a Yenzi hate,
Hey,
man.
I just try and tell y'all how I see it, man.
Mm.
I mean, if you watched the Morning Rush with Alessandro, sent it to you and Curb earlier today while y'all bumping all back and forth, telling y'all Jackson Dart is not the guy. Everything Alessandro said on this podcast this morning, I agree with 100%.
I'm gonna say what Mott always say. I'm gonna say what Mott always say. Alessandro's mouth ain't no prayer book. That's what Mott always say. I'm gonna say
it don't got to be a prayer book, but he got better takes than a lot of you other Steeler jokers. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll talk about it though. We're gonna get to it.
Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead, Big G. Shout out to everybody in the live chat before we go any further.
Where my picture at?
I got it. I want. Okay, well, I guess we can do before we go to break.
Yeah.
Right here. That's me and the little. That's me and the little fella that ain't here. That is Londale. And Pay. Will you remember where we was at, Pay? He ain't here, but I'm gonna tell you. You know where Londale at?
St. Louis.
We in St. Louis.
St. Louis, Londale. Yeah. That's Londale. Shout out to Londale Thomas, St. Louis. St. Louis, well, I don't even know what the logo is called, but he hooped for him, and he was a dog. And he's a hell of a high school coach right now over in St. Louis, man.
Yeah, he's probably one of the best coaches in the city of St. Louis. He played on our high school. He was a junior. You was out of school when they went to the
state.
To the state.
Look at Claude Tate. He said, you two are I can't even say it. You two look like you're at an LBGTQ convention. Claude, that's ridiculous, bro. That's ridiculous. Hey, that ain't me in that picture, dog. That ain't me. It ain't got nothing to do with me. Nothing to do with me.
That's me and Pay. We actually at some spot in St. Louis. So it was pretty cool at the time. So, but like I say, that's 15 years ago. That's 2011-ish.
Yeah, I ain't in that.
Matter of fact, it was April 1st weekend. It's about 14 years ago right now. About right now.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that was quite a while ago.
Look at Pay.
Lil Pay, no dreads, no none. That's a little fella.
Yeah, trying to get it in.
Yeah, man. And Londale was there because we was in this city. He reached out to me. I told him I was there. We hung out that evening.
Yeah.
So Big G, where was we at?
Oh, I know exactly where we was at. Throwing up them West Side Dubs. We was in the restaurant in Washington, D.C., right there next door to where the Washington Capitals and the Washington Wizards and all them played. There was a restaurant, a Boss restaurant. It looked like it was inside of a mall. It was up on like the second tier. Boss restaurant is in D.C., man. It was Boss in there.
You got a good memory. Clyde's and Gallery Place. Right adjacent to at the time, probably was the Verizon Center. One time it was Capital One. I think it's Capital One now.
Mm-hmm.
At one time was the Verizon Center. I got married in that restaurant too.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that restaurant was Boss though, bro. We had a good time, man, that night. We had a good time.
Yeah,
we sat around, met up and hooked up and had big fun.
Yeah, then
look how much weight I lost since then. Look how much, man, I was swole, Tate. Lord have mercy. Your head was
big too. Your head got smaller.
Yeah.
And you was down here for a meeting with some lobbyists.
Yeah.
Some senators or congressmen.
Mm-hmm. I went to the Capitol building. I got to speak on behalf of an organization called CATCA on the Senate, on the House of Representatives floor. I was one of the representatives from the state of Ohio to talk about prevention dollars that should be allocated to stop kids using drugs and alcohol in high school. So my company flew, and I was staying at what was that super nice hotel I was staying at?
You was at the Gaylord.
Yeah, the Gaylord. That
National Harbor.
Yeah,
got a big skating rink in. They have all kind of stuff there. Probably 400 plus rooms, and everything is all right outside the National Harbor. The big Capitol wheel. You get it right. It's like a Ferris wheel, but it's bigger, and you can see a lot of the city from up top that. And actually, Valerie got relatives in town from Florida, from Tampa, Florida, right now down there for a convention. They've been busy since They got in Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're supposed to go down there and hang out and meet them tomorrow for like a late lunch, early dinner, and hang out for a little bit. So
yeah,
I got to do that tomorrow. But
yeah, it's nice.
Yeah,
over there, bro.
Yeah, it's still nice. It's grown since then. That was
Mhm.
2015 or 16 too.
Yeah, I think it was
About
15.
10 years ago because that weekend was a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
Is that who played? The Patriots?
and the Seahawks.
Patriots and the Seahawks.
And the Seahawks.
That's the one Pete Carroll gave away because they didn't want to give it to beast mode.
Yeah, we was mad. I was mad as hell. I said, man, this ain't rigging it for Tom Brady. Get that trash out of here. We got another super chat from Claude, man. He said, you look like you would have done some serious damage to the Chinese buffet. And we know that nothing is real in Ohio. Claude, you know what? I probably would have backed.
Where is Claude at?
I don't know, man. He's in Pennsylvania somewhere. You'd already no. You know where he's at? The Matrix. Send him. Let's figure out where Claude is and go ahead and show it now. That way we can identify where Claude is. The Matrix, Claude. That's where Claude is. Tate, go ahead and put him in the appropriate location.
I got to get the old country back on here. I forgot where Claude, where do you reside when you get your weekend passes from the Matrix?
Somewhere close to it. I don't know exactly, but somewhere close to it. Man. Hey, this is a good question right here, Tate.
Go ahead and read it.
Trevor, man, thank you for it, man. It's not a super chat, but we think he said, hey, Tate and Big G, what odds are that the Cowboys pass on Ashton Genty and he's still on the board for us?
That's a good question. I don't think he falls as far as us.
I think realistically, if he gets past the Dallas Cowboys at 12, I think that the Arizona Cardinals would take a real strong look at Ashton Genty at running back. And then after that, maybe a team will trade up to get the value of Ashton Genty. So maybe you could have a team that already picked, and you might even see something similar like to how the Houston Texans did when they saw that they had their two franchise paid guys and C.J. Stroud and Anderson. So you might see a team that already picked and just say, hey, man, he's floating around the 15, 16. Let's just go on and jump back in because we can't get a better value at running back. So I don't think he makes it to us at 21, Tate. I don't think so.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I mean, I got potentially the Raiders.
Mm-hmm. Cowboys.
Then Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
If he goes any of them places,
Saints too. Saints maybe at 9.
The Saints is the team I see go ahead and take a flyer on Jackson Dart, though. That's what I see. Okay, we'll see. I'm not saying they're going to take him. I'm saying, but I can see that. And I think Denver would look at him at 20, right before us, right? 19 or 20.
They need a running back, definitely. They just got rid of Javonte Williams. But they got Estimate, a big boy from Notre Dame, and that McLaughlin kid, so they might not need a running back right away.
But he's a special talent, Big G. I mean, we don't want to draft a running back in the first round, but if he was there, we would. Yeah. After this comment, what's it say?
She said,
"You just be the leader of reading the comments, man. Go ahead."
I got you. Afton said, "Who's the Browns and the Bengals have a running back?" The Cleveland Browns currently have straight trash, so I could see the Browns jumping back in if Genty falls to get value for him.
But why would you jump back in? Why wouldn't you just trade back to a team that wants Pay is back. Pay. Where was this at? Claude said like we was at the LGBTQ convention.
That's funny.
You remember where that was?
Cleveland somewhere. So Claude is probably right.
No. I know where it was because we didn't discuss it. But Pay, you way away from where you
It's 14 years ago this weekend. We was in St. Louis, Missouri.
That was St. Louis?
That was St. Louis. We was there for our Aunt Mary's funeral that weekend. Yeah.
I went to a funeral in St. Louis.
Hey, you was in the city now. I couldn't tell you went to the funeral, but you was there.
Hey, there had to have been a lot of inebriation. It had to have been a lot of inebriation. There's no way.
You know what? I do. It was St. Louis because I remember who took us there.
Yeah, we hung out with Daphne in April. And
right.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So Claude is wrong.
That was back in the days of young pay, short haircut pay.
They probably ain't got a haircut since that day.
You ain't young as you was 14 years ago, Joker.
No one's as young as they was 14 years ago.
Right.
Doesn't mean we stop
still
being
young.
Hey, ain't got no haircut since then. I promise you ain't. Now you about to trim the face of hair up.
He had a haircut since then.
There ain't no way.
Yeah, he had. Didn't you? He had his haircut for a while today.
I've only been growing my hair for 7 years.
Yeah, okay.
Damn. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Makes sense. All right, Pay, so you know the premise of what we're talking about. We're letting the live chat run the show, but we're talking about AFC news and notes. Anything that you want to talk about concerning the AFC, you can, and they can ask questions to us. Super chats get preference right off the bat. We've had 4 or 5 of them already. So they're just going to ask questions. It's rapid fire about what we want to see done. We've had some good questions concerning the draft and everything else already, bro. So that's where we're at. So, Pay, I'm going to read this question to give you the first shot at it. It says, AFL 67 says, same with Kenneth Grant. We want him because we got to jump Cincy. Do you think that the Steelers have to jump Cincinnati, go from 21 above 18 to get Kenneth Grant?
I need some background information. Why do you have to jump Cincinnati?
Because he suggests they may want to get defensive lineman.
Yeah, to get Kenneth Grant, the defensive tackle. He's saying that Cincinnati's going to take Kenneth Grant at 18. That's what he's saying.
And that is Pittsburgh's #1 target in the draft.
Well, a lot of people think defensive tackle, but I'm not jumping up to get defensive tackle. I'm just sitting at 21, and either I'm gonna trade back or pick the best player I want that's there. I'm not giving no draft capital to go up to 21, 18 to get a player. Even though I like him, he's not like. I mean, I'll take Derek Harmon if I want defensive tackle before I trade up and give away an asset in a shortened draft to get Kenneth Grant.
I agree. I just want to see what Pay think. I agree, Tate. Absolutely.
Yeah, not to say that you can't you can't trade up to get a decent tackle, but you trading up in the back half of the first round to get a defensive tackle.
From 21-18. Yeah,
I don't really think that's. I don't think that's prudent. I mean, I don't really think that's like a wise move to do. I mean, if it was a quarterback, you're talking about trading up to get a quarterback. That's fine. Trading up to get a tackle, an offensive tackle. Okay, that sounds about right. But a DT in the 18 late teens. I mean, that's
B-Dirt said they drafted 17. So yeah, that's even higher. You're correct, B-Dirt. You're correct.
Yeah,
no, heck no, I'm not going to. Nope. Hey, Big Pun said Walter Nolan or Kenneth Grant. I got my thoughts, but y'all go ahead.
At 21, I'm taking. Well, actually, a lot of my draft, all them dudes have fallen to late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm talking about Nolan. Harmon's actually the first project to come off the board. That's like 24, 25.
Correct.
Then you got Nolan and Grant like somewhere around the late like 28 to like 32.
Mm-hmm.
So, theoretically, if it's fall like they started projecting now, you could fall back.
Mm-hmm.
I agree with Afton put up a comment that Kenneth Grant is one of the acceptable players, but if Kenneth Grant gets taken, if Derek Harmon gets taken,
yeah.
Now I'm looking at the safety from South Carolina, or I'm looking at Abuka.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you can use those guys. The Steelers are big on safety right now. Go ahead and read Dresden's comment, Big G.
As Dresden said, it's a question for Pay. If you were the owner, whom would the Ravens take without moving? Who would the Baltimore Ravens take with their pick without moving? If you're the owner.
If I'm the owner, if I'm I forget old buddy's name, but I would direct DaCosta to take the best player available. I don't think the Ravens have any glaring need, or is there anybody that's like you can't miss in that round at their position? Mm-hmm. I would say I don't think this is a glaring need because I think the Baltimore Ravens have a lot of cornerbacks, but they probably can upgrade in that room. Mm-hmm. At the back end for that draft, though, but I would tell DaCosta to take best player available, and leaving the football matters to him. Mm-hmm. With that being said, I would hope that Amarion Hampton's still sitting there. If he's there, I would be a happy owner. Like, go ahead and
but Scotty's the owner. Scotty's the owner. He usually does stay out of it and let the GM handle his business. Who's GM now? The guy since Ozzie stepped down?
DaCosta,
yeah, Eric DaCosta, yeah. Mm-hmm. So yeah, because Biscotti's a good owner, he don't usually get involved in that stuff.
Yeah. Hey, and pun, I'm not taking Walter Nolan over Kenneth Grant. To me, Walter Nolan is not a true nose tackle. Walter Nolan is about 308, 309 pounds. He's more of an Aaron Donald 4-3 defensive tackle. He's not a 0 technique. He's not a 1 technique. He's actually almost close to being a 5 technique.
Yeah, they could draft him. I wouldn't take him for granted, but they could draft him to replace Cam, and they got one of them big bodies they signed to throw in the middle and bring Walter on. Because the idea is the best D lineman you think and creating a rotation like the Philly had. Mm-hmm. Now, the best one to take one for the Steelers would be Grant because he offers both run stopping ability and pass rushing ability all in one person.
He's 336 pounds. He's 336.
He's a true nose 0 tech that can play more than 2 downs.
Yep. We got another super chat from Claude, $2, man. He said, "Pay great Omar Khan's performance this offseason. So what has Omar Khan done concerning to help the Pittsburgh Steelers?" We got 3 super chats in a row too.
So let's start off. For those that aren't unaware, what has Omar Khan done to be graded on? I'm gonna start at C. G. What has he done this offseason?
Traded for DK Metcalf and got 53-man roster body.
So Big G. Roster. What was the Steelers' greatest need missing last season?
Wide receiver.
So he filled that. Okay, now you keep going.
Yeah, but I would say the rest of the guys that he might have got a starting nickel corner in Eccles. He definitely got another starting corner in Darius Slay. He got another running back with Atwell. And then the rest of the guys are filling big body guys. So I don't think the job's finished, but as of today, right now, I maybe give him a C+, a B-. That's my grade.
He asked me. So let me say, you upgraded the wide receiver.
The biggest need, but go ahead.
Upgraded the wide receiver. Overpaid him, in my opinion. You don't have a quarterback.
He getting the same money your boy St. Brown getting.
He's not as good as St. Brown.
Okay, we'll see.
He got don't have a quarterback. Mm-hmm. You got Darius Slay, who's like 48 years old. Mm-hmm. And he got a bunch of
stop that. He ain't no 48. Stop that.
I said
like exaggerating, but you know what he's getting at. Go ahead.
And then you got a bunch of bodies. Mm-hmm. How is this better than a C? Until you get a quarterback, is probably fair to say it's an incomplete grade because you don't do anything without a quarterback. You go into camp with Mason Rudolph as your QB1. It's a failing grade.
Well, Mason Rudolph is a steady backup. We know that. The team is comfortable if they go into the season with him as a starter. They're comfortable. I'm not saying it's good. They're comfortable. They're putting their eggs in the basket for next year. They got at least the maximum allowed 4 compensation picks coming next year. Comp picks. 3 of them could be third round picks. And he planned that. That's a plan.
Let me read this question again. Because I do like it sounds like Tate's going all around the business. Grade Omar Khan's performance this offseason. Mm-hmm. All right. So it doesn't
that's what I'm talking about.
It doesn't really say leading into this season. But everything you said after they're comfortable, everything you said after he's a capable backup could be left off. If you have a capable backup as a quarterback one, I don't see how you can even make an argument to make it that it's more than an incomplete grade or it's a failing grade. Everything else is moot after that.
So I'd say they got a top 10 receiver in the league. That was their biggest need. DK Metcalf. Then they got you know who I'm talking about. Whether you agree or not, I'm saying how I perceive it. You got Darius Slay. You got Darius Slay, who signed for a 1-year contract, who's better than Dante Jackson was last year. He's a better player than Dante Jackson. That's an upgrade, right?
Eccles is an upgrade at the slot too. Eccles is
he's gonna be Beanie gonna battle him, but it's because it's his second year.
Mm-hmm. Eccles gonna start at slot corner.
But as of right now, I have no. I wish they had signed Justin Fields. That's the only miss I got him having. Mm-hmm. I think I have no qualms. This is Omar Khan's third offseason in charge. I don't have any problem with anything he's done, except for missing the wide receiver last year. But he put all his eggs in Ayuk's basket. But you know.
Tim Lyons said, "Where in the world is Pay San Diego for the $2, man? He want to know where you at. Where your location? Nunya?
I'm in Atlanta.
Atlanta. All right, thank you. And then we got S. Dresden with a super chat. Pay, what is your take on Harmon against the run? Talking about Harmon, the Oregon defensive tackle. Mm-hmm.
Just did his film study the other day. In fact, yesterday. Against the run, he's pretty solid. Mm-hmm. I think he attacks the gap pretty well. And he sheds blocks very well as well. I think that he does that. I think he does that better than he actually wraps up or attacks in the backfield. This isn't something that you would necessarily grade a D tackle on, but the ability to drop out and something exotic. But I'm assuming the question is, how does he fit for Pittsburgh Steelers?
For the Ravens. How does he fit for the Ravens? Y'all need help. Yeah.
Help is a bit much. But I think he's a good against the run. I think, just to answer that question basically, I think he's an excellent draft pick for anybody that's looking for run defensive help.
Mm-hmm. Kevin,
your thoughts on him, Big G, real quick.
On Ronnie Harmon? If he's at 21, Derek Harmon. If he's there at 21, take him. If I got to choose between, I'm assuming Kenneth Grant is gone. I'm assuming Emeka Buka is gone.
But of the three, Grant is the best against the run. I mean, I think Harmon's really good. He's the best pass rusher of the bunch right now. He's really strong up top, but his base is not as strong as his upper body is. So.
Because he's got a long torso. He's got a long torso.
Yeah, he's long, and he's much more broad and bigger up top than he is from his lower torso. So I can see him. I think he's going to be really good. He still has some development to do at the next level, but he probably better than Noah at the run, but not even close to Grant at the run defense.
Right. Kevin Brokenborough says, "Yo, Big G, should we reach for a running back? If Omarion Hampton's sitting there at 21, taking. If Ashton Genty's sitting there at 21, taking. Now, Tate, I've been talking about the trading back thing for a minute. I wouldn't be mad if we trade back, pick up a second round, and with that 26, 27, 28 pick, wherever we trade back to, man, just go on and take Quinshon Judkins. Go on and take him. Because he should be sitting there. He's a perfect Pittsburgh Steeler. That's just my thoughts, Tate.
I agree. And if one of those two running backs sitting there, I take them. But I look to take the Ohio State boys in the. It's like you trade back. You can potentially get one of those D linemen we talking about, and acquire a pick in the mid to late 50s. Then you can get that running back, and you got your second round pick back.
Yeah, I agree.
Because you can get one of the three D tackles, I think, from anywhere from 28 to 32. One of them will be there.
Yeah, I agree.
Then you get a pick, and you come pick the running back around 54 to 58. And now you're sitting pretty because now you go to the third, you can get your corner, You get another D tackle if that's your BPA. You know, you can do a lot of things. You just got to trade back, take a risk, trade back to 29, 30, take the best player available of need in the position of need. Then you get another second round pick. Then you do the same thing again in the second round. Now you've got DK Metcalf and you got your pick back.
Yeah, that's
and let's not forget this. The Steelers can move around too because they got so many comp picks coming next year. They can trade like their third and move up and know they still got at least potentially 1 to 3 third compensatory picks next year that they can work. They can feel comfortable with trading their third round pick. So
Kevin Brokenborough, man. Thank you for the 10. He said just because, fellas, he enjoys the podcast. So, man, we appreciate you, bro.
Oh, KB, we really appreciate you, man. Thanks for always rocking with us every week, man. We definitely appreciate everybody.
Yeah.
The homie AFL 67, the OG in the building.
Yeah.
The OG besides me.
Yeah. S. Dresden for another 5, man. S. Dresden said, Henderson is the best back in the class. I will stand as much. I'm going to let y'all argue that out because y'all can say what y'all want. You know I know, but go ahead.
To me, it depends on what you want. I think the Steelers got Warren and they got Gainwell. So Travion Henderson don't necessarily fit as much because he's a lot like someone. Even though he's better than those guys, he's in that style. Judkins is a workhorse. Genty is a workhorse. So I think you need a back that can carry 20 to 25 times what the Steelers want to do. I don't think Henderson is that. I think he's probably top 4 running back. I'm still going to take Genty and Harmon. Now, depending on what you need, then I'm going to fluctuate between Judkins and Henderson, depending on what your team. I think Henderson is the closest thing as far as ability on the field and open space and speed to Saquon Barkley. But Saquon Barkley is probably about 15 pounds heavier. You know what I mean? But yeah, that guy is different though. Trayvon Henderson is different.
Pay, who you think is what you think about Henderson being the best running back of this class? Do you think? I don't think he is. Where do you got him slotted?
Somewhere in the 3-4 range. I actually think Omarion Hampton is the best.
That's facts, Pay.
I wouldn't be mad at you. I wouldn't completely disagree with you, man.
That's facts, Pay.
I will be a happy person if Omarion Hampton fell to the second round and got picked up by a team that wears orange and navy. But I got Omarion Hampton number 1. I think it's a flip of the coin. Well, I guess if you got 3 players, you can't flip a coin. But I think it's a however you pull the deck after that. I think Judkins is an argument for Judkins. I think there's an argument for Henderson. Now, in fact, I take that back. It's a flip of a coin for those 2 Ohio State guys. I got Jonty number 4.
Oh, you got Ashton Jeanty, the 4th best running back?
The first guy coming off the board is the 4th best running back.
Oh, wow. I get it.
If I wanted the running back and Jeanty and Hampton was both there, that would be a choice. But before the Ohio State back, I got to take Jeanty though. But yeah, I understand what you're saying though.
Since
when do and I ain't want to interrupt you, hit you with the no Diddy. Since when do people pull decks? I thought you cut the deck.
No, well, you pulling a random card from the deck is what I was.
Okay.
But did you see what Jonty did at his pro day today? Well,
no, I didn't. Tell us. This. What did he do though?
Nothing. He did nothing.
Oh, he didn't work out.
He just showed up and did some drills and got on the scale, and that was it. I went home.
Yep, no 40, no short shuttle, no standing broad jump, all the measurables because he knows his draft stock. He's already known what.
Yeah, he knows. I get it because he don't stand nothing but to lose money.
Nah, man.
Yep.
You didn't do nothing combine. I get that, but then you don't do nothing at your pro day either. Like, all right,
red flags.
I don't think he's that fast. I think he's like a 4.55, 4.6 running back.
Me too.
And he weighed in at like 212. and he's 5'9" at 212. Don't want him. Sorry, not at that price.
See,
you tell me a third round running back, I got you. But at a top 10 pick, can't do it.
That's fine.
I'm not mad at you, Pay. I'm not mad at you. I didn't. When I said when you put him in 4, I didn't know what he didn't do at his pro day. You know, so he's just trying to save face and you know, he know his stock. He know he one of the top 2 running backs. So why he messed that up?
Yeah.
Big G, what did the Ohio State running backs run at their pro day?
Quinshawn Junk. So I already didn't start to mess with punishment already because he was telling me Emeka Buka wasn't gonna run no 4.4, but that's a whole nother conversation. But Quinshawn Junkins ran a 4.42, and Travion Henderson ran a 4.39 at their pro day. So they improved their combine times.
Right. Well, the combine is the radar gun.
Yeah.
Right. And then at pro day, you doing the hand time.
But they got an auto track at Ohio State inside the Woody Hayes Center. It's an auto track. They got an auto track.
Yeah, that's why Curb said it was 37 yards or somebody said that.
Yeah, Kirby was talking crazy, but he don't even realize. See, listen, and the reason I'm gonna hip y'all to some game too. Do you know why they hand clock guys at pro days?
Because they can lie.
That's no. It's the opposite. The teams come in and hand clock them. So because they think that they can, because they're at their home field, they know guys like Mick Moriarty, the strength and conditioning coach, could rig the machine to make them look faster than what they actually do.
So they can lie.
So those teams actually hand time guys to make sure that they get their official times. Quinshawn came in. I saw one where he came in at 4.40, but the average was 4.42. Trey's fastest clock time was 4.37. So they gave him a 4.39 in the middle. So it was faster times than they had at the NFL Combine. They super fast, bro. Super fast. But Quinshawn weighs 222 pounds. That's the difference with Quinshawn. He weighs 222 freaking pounds, bro. At a 4.42, oh, that's a problem. That's a problem, man. S. Dresden, man, for the 2. He said, Genty is no workhorse. Penn State. Get Penn State out of here, man.
No, he said when they played Penn State in the college football playoff.
Yeah.
But I say Penn State probably got about 5 or 6 pro defenders on that team too. And Genty's talent around him is not as good. So I think you take that with a grain of salt. He had a big game against Oregon. They got one of the big nose tackles that's stopping the run and Hampton on the line. And I think got a couple other professionals back there. Maybe not high round picks, but so he always had to play with deficient talent on his side compared to the other side. So I won't say that. You don't get 2,400 yards and not be a workhorse. That's one of the knocks against him. He carried the ball so much in college that he got a lot of wear and tear on him already. That would indicate he is a workhorse.
Facts. Pay, Claude Bishop got the $2. He said, Pay, do you think the 10 running backs are going to go in the first 2 rounds?
No. I think I'm with you here, G. I think you got about 3 or 4 that's destined for the first 35 picks around that frame. After that, finding 6 more in the next 20, 28 picks. I don't know. I don't see it.
So Big G, tell us who that. We need to take a quick break. Then we come back. Tell us who the 10 you project, Big G, or get somewhere close to 10.
All right, take the break and we'll come back, bro. Go ahead.
If
you're rocking with us live, give us a second. We got to pause for the cause, pay some bills live on the Homies podcast this evening on Steel Curtain Network. We're back from the break, y'all. We appreciate all y'all sticking with us. We got about 90 up in the chat. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Like and subscribe. And as Tate mentioned it and showed it on the Know It Alls podcast, if you haven't already subscribed, please subscribe. We have a special guest, starting left tackle, All-American left tackle, Tyler Guyton from the Dallas Cowboys, will be our guest this Sunday. We're going to talk sports, Dallas Cowboys, how the transition was from Oklahoma. And he made the all-rookie team, y'all, so he's not a scrub. Tate, even though me and Tate going to give him the business because he's a Cowboy, and you know how that goes with the Cowboys, Tate. So, Tate, what was the question you asked me about? What was the thing you wanted me to know?
I said you say 10. Claude said the first 2 rounds, but I think y'all agreed on 66 pick, which is 2 picks into the third.
No, we agreed to 67. 67.
Well, you said by 66, so say 66 picks.
Yeah.
So what? So let me see. Tell me who I'm missing.
Mm-hmm.
You got Genty, Hampton, Judkins, Henderson. You got probably Caleb Johnson. You probably have first 2 rounds. Oh, DJ Giddens is gonna be close.
There you go. That's another.
He's gonna be close. He'd be one of the last 2. I feel like.
Okay.
No, that's what 6. Go ahead, you tell me. No.
Danny Martinez, Miami Dolphins. The Dallas Cowboys is in love with him. RJ Harvey, running back, University of Central Florida. That's my number 8 guy. I think that Tootin, because of his combine speed, and when you go and put the tape on from Vatech, he ran a 4.3 freaking 2 at 215 pounds. And his tape match. There's 9. And the NFL, listen, they in love with Cam Scatterbull. They in love with Cam Scatterbull. I don't care how you say it, what way you cut it. They love Cam Scatterbull. So I think that there's my 10. Now, there could be a sneaky guy in there, but that's my 10. And I think there's a lot of teams that need a second guy or a main guy. There's a lot of teams that, and this is the year you can get cheap with the running back. You can draft a rookie and not hardly pay him nothing. And that's why you didn't see a lot of teams sign running backs. A lot of teams picked up trash running backs. They ain't got no help, no depth, nothing.
Really, Dallas got threw darts at a couple. They got Javonte Williams and they picked up Miles Sanders, who was good 5 years ago in Philly. Javonte obviously didn't work. They didn't bring him back after a rookie deal. They took him in the 2nd round. And Najee signed, but no other real big name free agent running back signed. Did they? Am I missing somebody?
No, not at all.
So I think the rookies go before the free agents.
Yeah, and a lot of teams have seen the light. They didn't see when you got to have 2 running backs. They didn't see the light. So that's why you think Pay talking about for the Bears? Pay's like, please let them.
Well, I agree. And if Pay hoping Hampton drop, because the Bears not going to take them at what 10? That's where y'all pick.
The Bears pick 10.
No, I said they're not going to take it. That's what I'm saying. So he's hoping he drops to the 2nd round, but he probably won't. But because they know they need. But I like the dudes y'all got with Swift already. So I don't think Swift is, again, like Jaylen Warren is a beast, but I don't think he's a 20, 25 carry a game guy. You get somebody like Amarion Hampton, he's capable of carrying the load. So,
I got a question to ask Pay. If Hampton goes past 26, would the Bears trade back in to get him?
If Hampton goes past 26, that's tough because I think our general manager, he is that type of he does like the will and deal. He is that type of he does make those type of risks, right? I think this is more to do with what Ben Johnson wants. Ben Johnson, he's already coached DeAndre Swift once, and he traded him away one time already.
That's
so now that DeAndre Swift's in his 2nd year of his contract with the Bears, and he had 3-4 good games with the Bears last season. I don't think that his position is solidified for any stretch of the matter. I think it's tenuous at best, especially in this draft.
Swift?
Yeah, DeAndre Swift.
Can you get rid of him and save some money if you do draft a high running back?
I haven't looked at his contract, so I don't know. I would believe that. I think he signed a 4-year deal, so I believe that if it's cutting your nose to spite your face to get rid of him this early. So
you lose some money, some dead money.
Right. So you got this draft coming up with a lot of decent running backs who can you probably got about like G said, you probably got about 10 to 12 running backs in here that can probably be a running back one. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the New York Giants, they got their starting running backs. They got them in the 5th round last year.
Right.
Bucky Irvin and Tracy.
Yeah. So, and this draft they would probably be the 15th best running backs in this draft.
Mm-hmm.
With that said, I mean, it's anybody's thought. If Omarion Hampton's still on the board after all these other running back needy teams already passed on him, I wouldn't be shocked if he does trade up.
Me personally, y'all, I got like 12 to 14 teams that I think is going to take a running back with their either number 1 or number 2 pick. There's 12.
See, now, I see where you're going, Big G, but I'd be more apt to say 12 in the first 3 rounds than 10 in the first 66 picks. Just because it's so deep that you don't have to feel the need unless it's a guy you want. Then you go, but like Pay saying, it's going to get deep in the 4th. I don't think Damian Martinez is going in the 1st round.
2nd.
Okay. That's getting put. I got him in the 3rd, maybe 4th is where I got him. But like I think I named 5 first-round backs when I went with Genty, Hampton.
And I'm gonna say this too to y'all, and y'all know we've been doing the draft stuff for years together as a squad, but we've talked draft stuff like when we wasn't even podcasting, bro. Y'all know there's gonna be runs, dog, where like you're gonna see the same, like the 2 positions there's gonna be runs, and it's gonna make everybody panic. Defensive tackle and running back. When you see 2, 3, 4 of the same dude get picked, a team's gonna be like, oh no, we can't, because the guys that we thought was gonna be sitting there ain't gonna be sitting there. We got to trade up. That's just my thought, bro. That's just my thought. Mod's in the chat. Mod said the team, there's gonna be 4th and 5th rounders. I'll tell you a perfect 4th rounder. And if I wouldn't be mad at the Steelers if they waited. I want Rocket Sanders. Rocket Sanders is a beast. He's 230 pounds and runs a 4.44 40-yard dash. Combine clock, 4.44. Got a 10.7 standing broad jump, 38.5-inch vertical jump, and then 30 reps on the freaking bench. Give me Rocket Sanders, bruh. Give me Rocket. I'll take Rocket. That's way better than slow Najee. Najee ran a 4.6. Matter of fact, a 4.66. So, yeah, I'll take Rocket late. We got another super chat, man, from S. Dresden, man. D-line and running back are the deepest classes in this draft. Why would you take one first, especially if you don't have a quarterback? Because there ain't no quarterbacks.
Ain't no quarterbacks, and you build the team. So when you draft a quarterback next year, he come into a ready-to-go team completely. I mean, that's what we took a shot at Kenny Pickett, man. I mean, Jackson Dart's not that guy, Dresden. I mean, he'll be a good quarterback backup. He may come in, and I'd rather take a player that's going to start that I know can start for 6 to 8 years with my first round pick. Versus,
I don't think Jackson Dart's that guy either, but with every passing day, I think he's going to get into this 1st round.
No, I do too. I do too. I just hope the Steelers don't take him. I think he can get in the 1st round.
How many teams need a quarterback?
Maybe.
Yeah, I mean, the team to take a shot. The Steelers don't need to. I can see the Saints getting them at 9 if they I think I heard that they met with him, and a couple other teams did too. I mean, so I don't know what's going to happen, but I don't want the Steelers to do it myself.
How the draft gets shaken up, in my opinion, is if Cleveland passes a quarterback at 2. Because we know Cam Ward's going 1. So if the Browns don't pick Shedur, oh my God, it gets crazy.
Well, the Giants might take him.
No way. Why would they?
Because they signed Russ and Jameis? That'll stop you from getting a quarterback?
You build the roster and come back in 26.
Okay, I could agree with that.
With Abdul Carter and Travis Hunter.
Why you weren't saying the same thing for the Steelers though?
Because 21 ain't 3. You miss it 3.
That's true.
If you miss it 3, all hell gonna break. If you miss it 3, somebody getting fired.
I
don't know who. Somebody getting fired. But at 21, they ain't gonna fire you.
Manning is going to declare next year, right? I mean, he's only doing this one more year.
No, we don't know. A lot of Texas brass says no.
No, get out of here. Get out of here.
They
say that every year.
He can make good money coming back to college. I mean, I don't know what first round number one quarterback make, but I don't think it's $10 million. He can get that in Texas.
Listen, we do this every year. NIL is an endorsement. Mm-hmm. They don't get a salary in college. As a professional, you get a salary and endorsements. You make more money going pro. If he balls out of Texas, he's declaring. He's not doing his college. He's not doing. Who wants to carry books? Why do you want to go to class?
He probably ain't carrying books nowhere.
He probably ain't doing too much, man.
He probably ain't doing too much of nothing. He got people taking care of stuff for him.
Who wants to do that? I'm gonna start my career.
And they don't have a salary, but before they come back to school, they know what the alumni doing, what NIL endorsement deals they have. They can count that money and know what they're gonna make for that season.
Mm-hmm. The same thing as a professional. You have a contract. Like, okay, but I know how much I'm getting.
But pay. But with NIL, see, as a quarterback, you're at a draft pick, you're slotted. NIL, the sky's the limit. And they can talk Archie into saying, "Look, we're gonna give you $15 million. Come on back." And it ain't like Texas ain't got the bread. It ain't like they got big bread.
Yes, G. With NIL, there's a lot of funny business. You're right. It can be more. It could be a lot less. Mm-hmm. You playing with variables. With a contract, there's no variable. There's a number, and I agree to this number.
Caleb Williams signed a 4-year, $39 million deal. That's about 10 a year, right? I'm saying that Arch Manning can get 10 million. He don't even need it. He's a Manning.
Oh man, no.
I mean, so it ain't like he's struggling to get mama a house and do all that stuff. If he's enjoying the college experience, he's one of the guys that can definitely do that.
Yeah. All right, we got another
and make dollar for dollar what Caleb Williams is making in the NFL as a first round pick.
Agreed. That sure can.
Again, unless you know how much you're making as off on the side. I don't think that's
why did your boy Caleb stay after he won the Heisman? He could have been number one pick the first season.
I don't remember his eligibility rules, but I don't know.
He was eligible and he took NIL bread.
He's the first one to get big NIL bread.
He got paid.
I don't know if he was, but was he the number one that first year too?
Yeah,
I don't remember. I think he would have been.
I don't remember, but you know what? You know what? One of the most overrated things in sports is college experience. Give me my money.
I mean, I feel you, but if I get Jeremiah Smith just got like $4.5 million as a wide receiver to stay at Ohio State. 4.5. They paid that boy big bread. So Art's probably getting double that right now. Double that. I'm telling you. Now they report that. Well, see, that's the thing about the NIL. You don't report it.
Exactly.
It's not reported. They ain't telling you everything.
And one thing in sports reporting, the number is always inflated. They always report the higher number. Never none of the actual number. So maybe he's getting a lot of money.
So a pick number 3, the slot for that, I'm just looking at it, and I'm saying that maybe that's where Jeremiah Smith would go, right? $7.25 million.
Oh yeah, he ain't going nowhere. Where's he going?
Why I'm gonna leave school and I know I can get that and only increase my value for the next draft and get more money that way. Yeah. I'm getting in college what I would have gotten the pros, and I'm gonna get better now. I'm gonna go higher. They're gonna pay me more money
because it's not guaranteed money. It's not guaranteed money. I'm the number 3 draft pick. I have a 4-year deal, of guaranteed money, and I'm not gambling with my ACL for another year and some college.
They got insurance policy. Pay them big bread if they get hurt.
Insurance policies take about half of your contract as collateral. Yeah, if you don't get hurt, guess what?
All right, so look, we got another super chat from S. Dresden. He said, "Who are you drafting next year?"
You just read that. That's what we just talked about. Maybe we didn't get into it. Go ahead.
We didn't get it. Who are you drafting next year when Manning does not declare and Nico is the clear-cut number one? Well, I gave Tate them a list earlier today. I told them if I had to rank the quarterbacks right now, if Manning doesn't come, Manning's my number one, Nico's number two, Lenore Sellers out of South Carolina is my number three, Drew Aller's number four, Nussmeier from LSU is number five.
I like Klubnik better than Nussmeier.
Beck is number six. K. Klubnik's number seven. Levitt, the Arizona State quarterback.
Oh, that boy nice.
8. Jackson out of Oklahoma is number 9, and Daniels from Kansas is number 10. That's my top 10 list for next year, as of today.
And the first 5 or 6 are better than Jackson Dart.
I say the first 3, maybe.
You said 9. Drew Aller?
Drew Aller's number 4.
Everything after that is trash. In fact, everything Drew Aller start with Drew Aller and beyond, trash.
I ain't mad at you.
But better than Jackson Dart. So
I don't know about that.
I'm putting Jackson Dart in the trash. So Drew Aller, I think Kate Klubnik is just as good as Jackson Dart right now.
Tate, would you officially escort Big Punishment to the Matrix, bro? This boy said Jeremiah Smith will be a bigger bust than Maurice Claret. You heard it here first. You must be a Michigan fan, Punishment. I can sort of tell right now. You're a Michigan fan.
I'm just going to say it's some sort of Ohio State hate.
Doesn't pun stand for Punisher, not punishment?
I don't know. I thought it was Big Punishment, but it might be Punisher. I don't know.
Boricua.
Well, he's 6'3", 225, around a 4.38 40, but he has some bad habits.
Mm-hmm. Said he got a 38-inch vertical too. That's what Pun said.
I'm sorry, Claude. I'm sorry, but everything I saw of Drew Aller, he's going to play. He's going to be a superstar for the Nittany Lions. After that, I hope you paid attention in your whatever you took up as your major, because it ain't pro ball.
Facts. Drew Aller ain't that dude, dog. Drew Aller overrated, bro. Drew Aller overrated. No, he ain't showed me yet. He ain't showed me yet.
In a running offense with no receivers, he threw for 3,000 yards, 21 touchdowns. And that's not even counting his rushing numbers. He's 6'5", probably about 230, solid, good arm. I mean, now I said he was the best quarterback in the Final Four. He didn't perform like it, but so that's why he came back. They went further in the tournament. He didn't look so bad. He was gonna come out this year too.
Yeah, he ain't.
So, no, of course he's not. Now we know that, but I'm saying Penn State gonna be competing for the Big Ten championship next year. I expect him to have a good season. They in the mix for the receiver that decommitted from. No, his receiver decommitted from Penn State, I think.
Sure did.
Steelers could have took Drew Aller this year if he came out.
We wouldn't. I hope to God we wouldn't have touched him. So, S. Dresden for the 2. He said Aller is better than Pickett, not Dart. I agree right now. That Jackson Dart is better than Drew Aller. I agree right now. Yes, I agree.
I don't agree right now. I think, like I said, I think Cade Klubnik is better. I think you got him too low on your list, Big G.
Cade Klubnik ain't that dude, Tate.
You got him low on your list, though. I'm saying I like him better than you put him at like 7, 8.
Yeah. Cade Klubnik ain't that dude, bro.
You said 8. You said he is.
Yeah, he ain't that dude, dog. He ain't that dude. Tim Lyons said I missed B Dirt's super chat. Where did I miss? I ain't seen no super chat from no B Dirt.
From no B Dirt?
Yeah, what is he talking about?
Go back.
Oh, I did miss it. I did. Thank you, Tim. I did. It's right here.
You gotta apologize.
B Dirt's super chat. I apologize, Tim. I'm sorry. It said running through the jungle for the $5. It said, if the quarterback is the most important position and you have Mason Rudolph, how do you give Omar Khan a padding grade this offseason? On his past? Pay said that. I think it's incomplete. Until we get through the draft, then it's incomplete.
You can't grade it. You really can't grade it until you have a quarterback. But if you did want to grade it, it's definitely not higher than a C.
I agree with that. I
can kind of agree, but if there's no quarterbacks to be to be had. You can't get a quarterback.
No, whoa.
Look, he froze.
There were quarterbacks to be had. You chose Mason Rudolph.
I'm not paying Sam Darnold $33 million a year. I wanted Justin Fields. Justin Fields is the only one that I wanted out of all of them.
Okay, so here's the thing: if Justin Fields went, if Justin Fields went to New York for $20 million a year, it tells me that Omar Khan offered him less than $20 million a year.
No, the money was the same, Pay. The money was the same.
There's something off. There's something
off.
It
wasn't the same, Big G. He was getting $20 million from the Steelers per season, but he was getting 2 years, $40 million from the Jets with $30 million guaranteed. Steelers weren't guaranteeing nothing.
So you let that quarterback walk away. Then you had Aaron Rodgers come in the building. You let him come in the building. You let him walk away. Russell Wilson was out.
You can't control him.
Russell Wilson was out there, and he wanted to come back. You let him go. You told him you played around too much, and you say, "All right, I'm gonna go to New York, and my wife wants to go to a big city." All right. Mason Rudolph was out there saying, "You know what? We like you, Mason. You can come back."
He didn't let Russ go. They didn't want Russ back. They could have had Russ back. They used Russ as leverage in the whole thing.
Right, well, Russ wanted to come back. So I'm just saying there were quarterbacks out there.
You know, that's why I said this.
If you call that an upgrade,
it's incomplete as of right now.
Sam Darnold's an upgrade. Sam Darnold's an upgrade.
I'm not giving Sam Darnold.
You seen Sam Darnold his last 2 games. Sam Darnold had probably one of the top 3 wide receiver tandems in the league. He had a good running back, a great offensive play caller, and TJ Hawkins tight end. And when the game against the Rams or was it the Lions, he got sacked 9 times. He went back to seeing ghosts. He got $10 million last year. The Seahawks wanted to jump up and give him $100 million for 3 years. I'm not doing that.
Sam Darnold played 18 games last year. You're telling me about one?
I'm telling you about 2. His last 2 games look like garbage. The biggest moments. You just put it on Drew Aller. You just put it on Drew Aller in college?
No, I watched Drew Allen's in college. I'm talking about professional quarterbacks here. I don't think Drew Allen's a professional quarterback. That's the difference.
But he took his team further in college than Sam Darnold did. They had one of the best records in the league.
We're talking about
he's one and done.
But we're talking about NFL. What you did in college is irrelevant to this conversation. Sam Darnold is better than your quarterback room was last year, and he's better than your quarterback room now. $33 million is chump change for a starting quarterback, which would be an improvement.
But they gave him $100 million.
But you gave it to the wide receiver. And don't think the wide receiver has anyone to throw the ball to.
He's on his 4th or 5th NFL team. You got to remember, Sam Darnold was the number 1 overall pick.
What does that got to do with anything?
He's on his 4th or 5th NFL team.
Right. He's on his 4th NFL team. And guess what? And he's a starter.
But
Kirk Cousins is about to go to his 4th team.
He's not shown. Kirk Cousins was a 4th round NFL draft pick. Sam Darnold was the number 1 overall NFL draft pick.
That's irrelevant after your draft date. Where you was
drafted
does not matter at this point in your career. Is can you do the job? Darnold showed me he can do the job.
But he lost the playoff game. Kirk Cousins is the same guy. Same thing. He won 1 playoff game.
But he
lost. He lost against Danny Dimes. He lost against Danny Dimes.
And he only showed you what he could do with Justin Jefferson, Jordan Anderson, TJ Hawkinson. Come on, dog. That's not going to have that help out there in Seattle.
And one of the best play callers.
I just got told that DK Metcalf is a top 10 receiver. I mean, what?
DK's not in Seattle. He's in Pittsburgh. He's going to have Cooper.
That top 10 does not transfer with him?
But listen, Sam
Darnold's going to.
He's going to be with Cooper Kupp and Jackson Smith and Juka. They ain't got no help like that. Pay. No way. I'm not giving him $100 million.
Not the point I'm making. Is that if Sam Darnold could replicate last season in Seattle, the point I'm making is that there were quarterbacks to be had. So settling on Mason Rudolph and saying, "Well, that's the best we could have done," is a false. That's false.
I agree with that. I do agree with that. That I do agree with. But I'm not giving Sam Darnold $100 million.
So the difference in signing Sam Darnold for $100 million for 3 years and signing Mason Rudolph for $8 million for 2 seasons. I mean, we'll see. I mean, I think they don't have a quarterback yet, right? So I could go with incomplete. I could go with a C, but they'll get it right. Who's the Lone Ranger? Mike Tomlin? Is that what
that's
about?
what he said. He said he didn't trust him, and I ain't mad for Justin for not trusting him. I ain't mad.
I don't think it got to do with trust. I think Justin didn't like being pulled, even though he handled it well and didn't say anything. I think that's a big part of it. I think he saw Russ play like trash the last 5-6 games of the season. They didn't go back to Justin to see what he could do. And he got offered more money with the Jets. And his college wide receiver, one of his friends, Garrett Wilson, is there. There you go. All those things.
Well, not only is Garrett Wilson, his starting center is there from college. His starting tight end is there from college. There's multiple. The Jets have 4 or 5 starting Buckeyes on that team. So Justin said, look, my boys is over there. I'm going to go play where my boys is at.
And get more money.
Yeah, the starting centers from college and tight end, wide receiver. Yeah, I'm going over there.
When Page GM Ryan Poles asked Justin where do you want to go, Justin picked Pittsburgh. I think that was because of Mike Tomlin. Justin was 4-2. He wasn't playing his very best football. He's playing good enough football to go 4-2. Then when they pulled him and then Russ won 5-6 in a row, Justin probably is okay. When Russ was losing 5 in a row, Justin's like, why not put me in and give me a shot? And I think that had a lot to do with it too.
Yeah, I agree.
And you lowballing me. I done told y'all, Big G, even with Russ capable of making $21 million on this Giant deal. And we wanted to get paid the full $21 million because if he gets that, then we get a 3rd round compensatory pick for Russ too.
Yeah, get all the money.
You know what I mean? Dan Moore, sorry as we thought he was, he signed an $80 million contract. He gonna start most of the games because they paid him $80 million. He's gonna be a 3rd round compensatory pick too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's another one you're looking at. Justin Fields gonna be a 4th round pick, which we traded him for 6. Yeah, we don't got him, and I wanted to keep him, but now at least you get that back in a 4th round pick. So, I mean, Omar Khan is working what he do. He don't have a quarterback yet. You're right. So we'll see what happens. I think Aaron Rodgers is gonna sign.
Keep going.
I think Aaron Rodgers will sign eventually. Not completely counting on it, but I think he offers more upside than Russ. He was coming along last year towards the end of the season. The last 8 games probably played his best football. He's another year removed from the Achilles. I ain't saying he's gonna be running around and stuff. And Pat, you Aaron Rodgers hater because he owns you. But so
with the big belt like this, with the big belt.
I'm just listening to you.
I own you.
I'm just listening to you all try to talk yourself into liking the move. Keep going.
No, I don't like the move. My move I wanted was Justin Fields for 2 years, and then you got time to work and see if he the guy or then you got to draft somebody. That's the move I like. He didn't do the move I wanted. I think Art Rooney had a lot to do with that. Art Rooney released the money. Rooney too released the money. Omar Khan can't just say we're going to pay you this, Justin. He can't say that. But the Steelers have tried to undercut the quarterback market for the past. They gave Mitch Trubisky $10 million to start a quarterback. They drafted Kenny Pickett, who wasn't making no money. You know, they brought Mason Rudolph back now. You know what I mean? So all these different things. I mean,
I changed my.
But yes,
I'm giving Omar Khan a D.
Okay.
Because you know what? Tate just convinced me. He gave him a D. You tried to pay Justin Fields less?
Yeah, they did.
Okay, all right.
But I'm saying
he's the cheapest starting quarterback right now. We don't know what the Jets are going to do in the draft, but he's the cheapest starting quarterback in the league right now. And he couldn't beat 20. You couldn't beat 20 a year.
Well, he couldn't beat 20 and guaranteeing 30. I mean, but that's to me that's Rudy too talking though. Big G, I said from the very beginning, it's gonna take $20 million a year to get Justin. They came up to that, but they didn't give that. I mean, why not just go and give him a 2-year, $40 million deal and guarantee 30? You got a guy cheaper than what Aaron Rodgers is gonna be. You got a guy making what Russ potentially can make this year, and you still, like Paige just said, probably the cheapest starting quarterback in the league. Well, not Russ is now, but
no, Russ is getting 21.
He can get 21. He getting 10.5.
Okay.
Yeah, Sanders can get him to 21 point
right.
change, actually.
And don't forget.
Start so many games, win so many games.
And don't forget, Aaron Rodgers played his best ball the back half of the season. After he completely, I don't want to curse, but after he sucked. Absolutely sucked the first half of the season. So don't give them no brownie points for that. And they didn't play anybody in the back half of the season.
What are we looking at Aaron Rodgers say? So we say we missed on Russ, and Russ completely sucked the last half of the season and was good the first part of the season. So what are we saying? We gonna grade Aaron Rodgers for sucking the first half and being better the second half, but we're not gonna hold it against Russ, who was completely sucky, who lost.
I ain't say nothing about Russ. I had to.
No, but you hate on Aaron Rodgers for sucking the first part of this season.
That's giving you the full story, because you said he was playing great the last
he was playing better, but you said we missed on Russ, and Russ was playing terrible.
After tanking the team the first half, and he wasn't playing anybody, so I don't care about what he did the last 8.
But you said we missed on Russ, and Russ lost his last 5 games.
Yeah, you missed on Russ because Mason Rudolph is not your quarterback one.
For now, but then so
you know what,
if we get Aaron Rodgers, we better than Russ.
I'll take Mason Rudolph over Russ. I'll take him. For the Steelers, I'll take him.
What? I don't even know which one of those comments was even more crazy. I don't even know.
I would personally. I'll take him over Russ. Listen, we got one last question if we don't have no more super chats. Ma said, what team is taking Jalen Milroe? Oh, we got another super chat too.
Steelers.
I don't. Tell you what you think.
I would be okay with Steelers trading back and then getting somebody and taking him in the second round, because you look at the potential ceiling. I'm not saying he can ever be a great quarterback, but you got to look at his speed, his arm strength, his mobility. You get coaching quarterbacks. You get people to work with you to work on your technique. So the upside, I want a house with high ceilings and not low floors.
As Dresden for the 2, he said Mike Mo Green Tomlin owns Art Frito Rooney. No, he doesn't. It's actually the other way around. Art Rooney. Let me explain this. Art Rooney runs a lot more in Pittsburgh.
Let's slow down on making people who look a certain way property.
It's the truth.
Let's slow down.
I'm not talking about property. Art Rooney II runs the Pittsburgh Steelers. Art Rooney II control. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you something. Art Rooney II is why Aaron Rodgers is even being entertained. It ain't Tom. He's handcuffed. Tomlin, Omar Khan, and Waddle done moved on. Rooney hasn't. He wants to sell tickets. He wants butts and seats. He wants the guy Rodgers. Rodgers, the last of a dying breed. There's no more quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers that will be in the NFL. He's the last of the dying breed. So he wants to give him a shot, and he wants to figure out if he can find a quarterback to put in after him. Don't think for a second or a moment that it's Mike Tomlin. I
think Mike Tomlin likes veteran quarterback to protect the ball. I'm not saying it's his independent decision, but he in on the talking about it. But Art Rooney make a final decision. You know what I mean? So he was the one to decide not to give Justin 30.
Correct.
So yeah. All right, Pay obviously watching.
We got one
March
more
Madness. I'm about to go ahead and watch it myself too. Go ahead, super chat, Big G. Go ahead and get us out of here.
2 more. Jay's upper teeth. He said, in our offense, Darnold is an overpaid Mason Rudolph. That is big facts.
That's true.
That is huge facts.
Well, then that tells me if the offense is bad, I mean, what do you think it's gonna look like with Mason?
Not as Mason knows the system. Mason is a very accurate quarterback too.
Mason knows.
Say you about to get the fine. You about to get fined. Say you about to get the big fine.
It wasn't the system. Wasn't the system's first year last year?
Yeah, he didn't play with Arthur Smith, so but
he knows the team, bro.
Mason did win and get us to the playoffs the last 3 games in 2023, and I think he's a great deep ball thrower, even from college when he was throwing to his teammate. Who was that? He played with James Washington. I mean, so to have Metcalf and Pickens and upgrade at running back and the line be healthy, you finally got all 5 linemen that you draft playing the position they're supposed to play. So I think there's room for improvement there. I think Aaron Rodgers will be better than Russ was last year. He don't have the upside, the ceiling again that Justin Fields would have had in this offense, but he's the best of the options left.
As Drizzen said, that was a Godfather reference. We feel it. And Pun, last comment, man. Pun said Rodgers ain't a dying breed. Burrow equals Rodgers. That is not true.
Huh?
That is not true. Joe Burrow is a completely different type of quarterback than Aaron Rodgers.
Not right now. Yes, you're right. But Aaron Rodgers in his prime could do what Joe Burrow could do and probably do a little more. Joe Burrow, 27, 28 at the most. Aaron Rodgers will be 42. Come on, man. You seen Aaron Rodgers' resume. He one of the only players in the NFL that own an NFL team. So I can't say nothing about it.
All right, Tate, we're done, man. Unless you got anything else. Pay, what you got going on, man? What you want to say so we can get up out of here?
Baseball's back. I'm watching baseball.
Tate, what you got to say?
Check out the North Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern time.
Yes. And for all y'all that rock with us over here on Steel Curtain Network, go over there and subscribe to the channel. You're helping us out, man. So please subscribe to the channel. Eastern Standard Time. Tyler Guyton, left starting rookie offensive tackle, Dallas Cowboys, all rookie, will be our interview and our special guest on the Know It Alls podcast on Sunday. As for me, Pay, and Tate, Pay, get us out of here the old-fashioned way.
Sign Aaron Rodgers.
Well, I'll let y'all. Peace.